Greetings, everybody. Dave DeWalt here. I'm the founder and CEO of NightDragon. We're coming to you live from the RSA Cybersecurity Conference in San Francisco. This year, we have an unbelievable size audience, over 40,000 people accumulated here in San Francisco to talk about cyber. And today, I have some just amazing partners to talk this through. This is about what we call the rising titans, and these are the titans rising in the land, kind of pre-IPO type companies. And together, my co-host, David Chen, who I've worked with for quite a few years now.
25 years.
25 years. Oh, don't date us.
Yeah,
yet,
no, I'm going to date us here, yeah.
David runs the head of technology investment banking, global head for Morgan Stanley. So I got a great partner asking questions for our guest today. And our guest is Sanjay Poonen, who is the CEO of Cohesity. And amazing. And you've been in the IT industry like us for a long time as well. 2.5 years now as CEO of Cohesity. Congratulations, my friend, on all your success. I know you just finished a big acquisition. Tell everybody for a minute, what does Cohesity all do, just for those who might not know everything that you're doing?
Yes, thank you, the Dave and Dave Show, I could say. It's great. Delighted. I've known these. Actually, you get branded now. I've known these gentlemen, and they are celebrities in their own regard, both in banking and in tech. I've followed your careers. It's great to talk with you. We are now, with this deal that we've done, the market share leader in what we call AI-powered data security. So hundreds of exabytes of the world data sit in our platform, and we protect it from cyber attacks. Most often, these are ransomware attacks. But because it's a historical copy of everything a company has, secondary backup data, the bad guys want to go after that data. It's just sort of a time series index of everything you've had. So the largest banks, including some that you know about, our banking is financial services, our biggest vertical, and then public sector, hospitals, telcos, tech, 70% of the global 500 and 85% of the Fortune 100. So these are large customers who are banking on us for their cyber resilience.
Right. Just you mentioned ransomware. Just we're at the RSA conference. Yeah, just can double click on that for us. How prolific is the issue over the last several years for your customers?
Yeah, David, I spent 8 years of my life at VMware. Most of my life there was doing security-related things, AirWatch and mobile security, and then Nicira and things of those kind. I didn't see this coming, but now looking at it, it makes sense. I wouldn't have thought, because like 20 years ago, I'd worked at Veritas. You've had intersection with Documentum and watching these things from the EMC lens. But it makes sense. Listen, if you've got a historical copy of all your data, go right after that data, which is, where all the history is. So backup data has become the target of all the bad guys, nation state actors. As Dave knows, and Kevin Mandio is on our board, we study every one of these attacks, and they typically try to come after it. So the first thing that we've sought to do is build an immutable platform. Immutable means you can only write once to it, like the old tapes in the old days. Yeah. You can't write over it. And then you build a variety of security tools that make that platform very hard to penetrate. And even if you get inside that platform and burn it and hack it and destroy it, there's a second and third copy, and the final copy is air-gapped in a separate location. So there's a variety of techniques that can protect you. And the key observation for us when the platform was built, Cohesity, by an incredible founder, Mohit, that built us first in Google, next at Nutanix, the third time here at Cohesity, the speed of cyber recovery is second to none. Where we blow away all our competitors, if you put, 10,000 VMs and a petabyte of databases and NAS files and test the speed of how fast the Cohesity platform recover, we blow everybody away. So that now gives us a tremendous competitive advantage to go to the banks and to the big companies that have hundreds of exabytes and prove out the strength of this platform. All we're doing now is bringing that scale of the Veritas customer base and snapping their backup app onto our platform.
I find it fascinating from a cybersecurity point of view, Sanjay, but I also find it more fascinating from an AI enablement point of view. I mean, you are sitting, I think of you like an iceberg, and like all the data that's below the surface is your data, and how we can enable AI applications. I know you launched the Gaia solutions and a lot of RAG type model solutions in your architecture. It's just amazing to me the power you can bring AI professionals with all the data. Talk a little bit about your direction of AI enablement and empowerment.
Right. And Dave, first, let me thank you. You're chair of our Security Advisory Council. So security is the first thing we do. Think of us like kind of a Palo Alto and Databricks in one company. The second thing we do is what you mentioned, AI. So, when I was thinking about this 2 years ago when OpenAI was first coming out, I went up to Microsoft and sat down with Satya, whom I've known for many years, and said, do you think OpenAI and ChatGPT could be used for backup data? And he said there's this technique called retrieval augmented generation, RAG. I knew nothing about it. I thought it was a piece of cloth that you wipe your windshield with, RAG, right? But I went and studied like a kid in a candy shop. And this is amazing technology. You build a vector database on top of data, and you can now get instantly results on that data. And the more data you have, the more powerful this becomes. So we're sitting on hundreds of exabytes of data. We were the first to build out this model. We patented the idea of building RAG for backup, so to speak. And we started showing it to some companies who are at the pioneering edge of AI. In fact, this came from Dave, said, hey, you go talk to NVIDIA. And at the time we were doing this deal, the Morgan Stanley folks actually suggested, why don't we try and get an investment from them? It took Jensen all of 30 seconds to discover what we're doing. He's like, I get it. You're backing up the world's data. We want you to build your RAG application, Gaia, on the NVIDIA platform. So we agreed to do that. Shortly thereafter, NVIDIA picked one company to invest in our space. That was Cohesity. And at about the same time we were doing this transaction with Veritas, we're now partnering with NVIDIA. We were featured at both their GTCs, 24 and 25, the only company in this space. And also with Google. Last week, I came back from Google Cloud. Thomas Kurian featured us in his keynote. And not to be left out, Microsoft and Amazon. So I think these four companies are going to be the cutting edge of AI. And who better to work with than, Jensen and the folks at NVIDIA.
I thought you might name the product Ask Jensen, so that's why I know. Okay.
Well, Gaia, the short 30-second on that was we were naming this product and we codenamed a generative AI app, which was Gaia. And then we discovered it's all to the Greek goddess of wisdom. Well, let's call it Gaia. So that's how the name stuck. And hopefully it builds some brand recognition, but it's really getting great feedback from customers.
We switch gears just on leadership. So, Sanjay, you're a prolific leader in the tech industry, VMware, now Cohesity. What are some of the lessons you've learned in terms of scaling companies, both at VMware and also at Cohesity?
Well, I'll take one from this guy's playbook. I mean, he was a legend at EMC and what he did at Documentum, and then later on at McAfee and FireEye and so on and so forth. I think, listen, as an authentic leader, you have to have a vision of how, if you're going to do a bold move. I was involved with the business objects transaction at SAP and then AirWatch and Carbon Black and other assets at VMware. So I'm no stranger to big deals. You have to have a vision as to why you're doing that, because inorganic moves on their own, you can't acquire your way to a strategy. You have to have a strategy. And our view was the combination of number 7, Cohesity with the best platform, and number 2, Veritas with the best scale. And we tested this out with a number of customers. We got a number of our key customers who were customers on both sides to give us some feedback informally. And we felt that merit. And then you've got to galvanize your employees for 2 core missions, okay? Number 1 is innovate like crazy. What's my biggest fear? We went from a 2,000-person company to a 5,500-person company, that we slowed down innovation. So I've told people we need to be not a $500, $600 million startup, a $2 billion startup. So we innovate like crazy. Secondly, we obsess about customers. And if we do those 2 things, the plane can go a long way. I put this picture of a plane off with 2 jets: product innovation and customer obsession. And it gets harder as you build a bigger company. It's easier when Mo started the company to have that as the DNA. But, listen, I've been at mostly bigger companies. And since I came to this country as an immigrant, I've known only one gear, which is move fast. So if it can be done inside an SAP or a VMware, and I was very fortunate to work for great CEOs like Bill McDermott and bring that innovation inside big companies, it certainly can be done in Cohesity even as we get bigger.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sanjay Poonen, who, my opinion, is one of the greats. I really thank you for the comments you made on me, but right back at you. Just feel the excitement, the enthusiasm, the energy, and the experience at scaling companies and doing it well. I believe your company is one of the most important companies in all of IT. It's why we work together.
Coming to
really see that security meets AI, meets recovery. It's a powerful world. Thank you so much for joining, David. Thank you for co-hosting. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.